Welcome to the Construction Disruption Podcast, where we uncover the future of design, building, and remodeling.
I'm Todd Miller of Isaiah Industries, manufacturer of specialty metal roofing. Welcome to Construction Disruption, the show where we uncover things that help contractors scale their businesses while thriving and living the good life. Today, I am joined by my co-host, Scott Clifton. Scott is one of our territory managers here at Isaiah Industries. What's up, Scott?
Hey, Todd. How are you?
Okay, I'm a little bit in mourning. My Reds went down in flames the other night.
I saw that against the Dodgers, and my team's up this weekend, so hopefully we can rally and take care of that pain for you.
Hey, I'll be rooting for the Phillies since we're out of it. And in that last couple of games, we did not look like we remotely belonged in the playoffs anyway. So it's all good. It's all good.
I didn't even know baseball was on TV, so you guys have me both beat.
We got you beat then, Chris. Okay, very good, very good. Well, Scott, are you good for moving forward?
I'm looking forward to today. Let's go for it.
Okay, just to remind our audience, we are once again doing challenge words where each of us on the show have been given a special word or phrase that we are challenged to work into the conversation. So listen up for any odd things we might say, and that may be the challenge word. We'll tell you at the end what our words were. No prizes if you get the challenge word, but no penalty if you don't either. So it's all good. Well, today on Construction Disruption, we're joined by Chris Scoville of Improvifi. With a history based in construction and roofing, and then for many years in banking and financing, Chris's company is breaking new ground in providing funding for home improvement projects and even doing commercial lending for contractors. At Improvifi, they understand the challenges that contractors face when it comes to securing financing for their customers and their projects. As a result, they provide a comprehensive suite of solutions tailored specifically for home improvement contractors. Chris, welcome to Construction Disruption.
Wow, that was one heck of a home run introduction.
Well,
I've done this a lot. This is not my first podcast, and man, you're polished.
Well, I didn't want to make it exponentially over the top, but still, I wanted to give you all good credit. And hey, I just ripped off your LinkedIn profile was all I really did.
I'm really happy that you actually pronounced Improvifi properly, because, sometimes you grab a name for your company and your business. Yeah, I don't know if you saw it on the side of a wall, like with graffiti, and you're like, hey, that'll be a great name of a company. And when I built the name, I was like, improve, home improvement, finance, improved, Improvifi. So I landed on it, and then we chose it, and then we launched it, and then we get called everything improperly under the book. It's like, I can spell giraffe. I can't spell, I can't teach people how to say Improvifi properly, though, but whatever.
I must confess, as I was writing out our notes for this show, I think I misspelled Improvifi a couple times.
Well, the neat thing is AI can't do it. It can't say it. It can't spell it. So, yeah. So anyway, good. Thank you for the warm and very professional introduction. I really do appreciate that.
Well, I love the company name and glad you joined us here. Great deal. You and Scott had met a couple weeks ago at the Lead Surge conference, and Scott said, hey, let's get this guy on because financing is a very important topic for home improvement contractors and something we wanted to talk about. So you've been involved with construction a lot of years, including having your own home services company. I'm curious, what do you like about home improvement and home services? And on the other hand, having walked in those shoes yourself, what are some of the challenges you see?
It goes back further than 30 years. So I've been in finance for over 30 years now. And let's get back to Scott. Poor Scott. He had to sit next to me for 2 or 3 days at a trade show event. And he got to hear and feel the energy that I put off. So I'm very sorry for that, Scott. But
Chris, it was a moment in my life where I just felt like, wow, this guy is just something else. And I felt like almost like with another couple days, I felt like I could have been part of your team giving a pitch. You were good, man. You were good.
That goes to Todd's question. Todd, I think that if I was to look back at my career, I have such a passion for the industry and helping contractors and helping consumers at the point of sale is my core belief and philosophy on helping people win. So when I get up on stages and I speak, I say the same quote over, and it's the contractor that cares about the consumer the most will always win, whether they sell the job or not. So to take it all the way back to 1990-ish, when I was doing tie beams and I was doing roofing, and then I got into the construction and permanent wholesale industry, I had a lot of different mortgage products that we sold and represented back in the early 90s. But I was really drawn into the construction and permanent world. So I think, growing up in a small farm town in Western New York with a hammer in my hand and building little forts, and then, getting out of college and then doing the roofing thing in Florida. And man, I didn't want to be a roofer. I didn't want to spin rebar in Florida and lift 4x8s and put H clamps down and slap rebar and cement in. I loved the finance side of it. And then I really fell in love with the training side. And I think as we go through this podcast here today, people will really understand the passion that I have to help contractors win, whether they're an Improvifi contractor client or not, whether they're a member of our platform or a client. I really do care about contractors helping property owners and consumers, because we do both commercial, so I can't call everybody a homeowner. I want them to win, and I want the consumers to have the funds necessary to pay for these metal roofs that are so beautiful and they last so long, but aren't the cheapest things in the world, So that's really what it leads down to, is the passion, the culture, and the philosophy of I really, really, truly do care about this industry.
Awesome. And I love that. That's where good things happen from, when you're doing it because you care about it, not just because, hey, it's a job.
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about Improvifi. Maybe start with what you call the 4 pillars or the 4 areas where you help your home services and home improvement clients.
Sure. I'll break it down. And it came to me this year as we launched different solutions. We actually have 5 now, so we'll touch on the 5th one.
Oh, awesome.
So here's the 5 pillars of Improvifi. Finance improved, if you've just joined a little bit late to the podcast here. Number 1, lending. We provide lending solutions to our contractors so they can help homeowners with affordability. The next is sales training. We train contractors on how to present products and solutions at the point of sale. So the sales pros can go into the home and present properly with compliance, and then the consumers can understand different programs and products that are available. So there's our sales training. We train them on how actually to sell and present financing. And then the third would be support, which is a 2-pronged effect. We have client success managers that manage every single one of our contractors' accounts. And we also have this thing called the deal desk. The deal desk is a telephone, show, tell, and sell. It's a phone that somebody in America picks up the phone and says, "Hi, thank you for calling the deal desk. How may we help you?" Wow, imagine that. So we've created a way for contractors and consumers to call that have questions about loans and products. So that's the support side. Then the technology side is our mobile app. So we have a mobile app that can be utilized at the point of sale, soft credit pull technology. And we have multiple lenders within that. So we offer all sorts of different products and solutions. I call it the lending ladder: unsecured, secured, personal loans, credit card payment processing, all from the lending ladder. So our technology is our mobile app. And then the 5th prong, which is brand new, which is in the process of being developed, is our certified contractor network. What is that? So when a contractor comes onto the platform at Improvifi and they become a client, they also become a certified contractor now. And what that means is this: we have consumers that come to Improvifi that say, "Hey, I need money. We want to buy a metal roof." Great. Apply, soft credit pull, give them the money, hey, are you working with a contractor? And if not, we have a certified contractor network we can connect you with. So what we've really done at Improvifi is, instead of making, and I'll never talk poorly about the people that are in my space. I don't like to call them competitors because we collaborate with everybody. But we have taken what is a commodity, lending, on a rate sheet and maybe a sales rep, and we've turned it into a total turnkey solution package where a contractor, whether they've just gotten in business or whether they're pro level doing 150 million a year, is a perfect client for us. Because the guys that are brand new in the industry, we can help integrate all these beautiful things into their business to help them grow. And then the guy that's a pro level, he can plug us into his portfolio of lending solutions because maybe he's just using one or two other options. So our avatar and our contractor avatar, our perfect client, is really anybody that's in the contracting space that installs home improvements or roofs or siding, like whatever it is. If it goes in it, on it, or around it, they are our clients. So those, hopefully that makes sense, are the 5 pillars of what we do. We're very different. We're really just different than any bank and any other lender out there because of this turnkey approach and business in a box thing that we've built.
Yeah, that's what caught my attention when I was listening to you at that conference we were both at. And the question that comes to my mind is, what caused a guy like you, you're sticking out your neck in a little bit, more than traditional lenders. You're like, I don't know as far as a giraffe, but you're sticking out your neck. And what caused you to take this kind of approach in your business model?
It's easy. And let's tell everybody the secrets to business success. I'm on a boat for many, many years. And I'm working for all these different banks and all these different lenders that, they're big. They're big banks. I'm getting the billions of dollars of funding that I've done. And I'm noticing holes in the boat. And there I am just rowing the boat and helping contractors make money. And I'm looking at the holes going, oh man, if I had my own company, I would have all soft credit pulls. If I had my own company, I would offer multi-lending solutions, not just one unsecured program or product. If this was my business, I would have commercial lending solutions to help contractors that do both residential and commercial. If I had this, I would have a deal desk and have customers and like everything that if I had a lending platform, I would have training because these contractors don't know how to sell or offer financing. So if I had everything that I built at Improvifi was because I've done this for so long and watched it done in one way and was like, why aren't we doing this? Now, those companies were amazing and they're still amazing. And they're still in business and I still compete or collaborate with them in the industry, but they just do one thing. They do it really well. But we wanted to create this structure and this platform that solved all of those solutions because we know that there's a lot of contractors that just have no idea. They don't even know how to spell financing. Like they're like, hey, Chris, I've been in business. This guy, wow. 4th generation young guy calls me a couple weeks ago, and I don't take sales calls anymore. I've got a team that does that. I'm working on, moving bigger rocks here if you were to follow the EOS system. But the guy gets a hold of me and he's like, hey, Chris, I've been in business so how long is your company? 41 years. I said 40. Well, he goes, yeah, I'm 4th generation. I said, you've never offered financing? He goes, no. Like, Scott, I was like, you've lasted this long? I said, maybe you shouldn't. Like, jokingly, I was like, are you sure you want to go and do this and throw our money? He's like, we have to. We're now starting to get our butts kicked out there because they sell roofs in a retail space. He goes, we're getting handed because all of our competitors are offering affordable payment solutions. And I said, okay, good. Well, now that we've got that established and you've realized that you actually really do have to make a change in your business, let's have a real conversation and see how we can help you, right? But he didn't know. He's been in business for 41 years, but nobody throughout the longevity of their company has ever offered financing. It's a completely foreign term to them. So,
I think it's interesting because I still run into guys also who don't offer financing. And, usually if I ask them why they don't, they're like, well, our customers don't need that. And, that's the common response.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay, your customers maybe don't need it. Apparently the ones you're selling to don't, but how about the ones that you're not selling to? Maybe those guys needed it.
So let's tie into that. All my customers pay cash. Oh, good. Fair enough statement. All right. You had the opportunity to answer me. Do you accept credit cards? Well, yeah, of course. That's silly. Well, then you are offering financing. You're just offering mean financing. And they'll go, what do you mean mean? I said, well, that's pretty mean of you to offer, 29%, you have to pay in 30 days financing. Then they get it. And they're like, oh, I get it. But to your point there that we're about to go down is a lot of them push back and say, well, I don't want to pay for financing. Now, this goes back to 1987 mindset. I don't have to pay. I shouldn't have to pay for financing. You should pay us for bringing you the customers. Now, that is very 1987, by the way. It doesn't work that way. This is not the automotive industry. But a lot of them shy away with it because once they learn that some of the lenders out there charge money for the money, which is called the dealer fee, they're like, well, I'm not going to add 3% to my pricing to offer financing. And then I simply say back to them, which is very simple for me to do, what are you doing now with your credit card processing fee? Are you swallowing that? They're like, no, we billed it. Oh, and then boom, the lights go off. They're like, you're right. Why are we pushing away? And then we at Improvifi have 14 no dealer fee programs for those contractors that are like, I am not adding anything to my margin to offer financing. Great. Let's get you started on these 14 solutions. And then here's what happens. They fall in love with it. They learn. And then they start attracting customers that are like, we want a 12-month same as cash, no interest, and their competitors are offering it. And then they go, you know what? I think we're going to eventually build that 4% in and offer a promo. So it organically always just happens that they get that customer that got their arms crossed. So like, I want to finance, but I don't want to pay interest. Great. No problem. We've got you. We've got an 18-month same as cash. Here, scan the QR code.
You've touched on a couple of things that I'd like to unpack a little bit, especially for anyone in the audience who isn't familiar with financing and some of the terms. Soft credit pulls. Used that term a couple times. Tell us what that is.
Sure. And here's the beautiful thing. Here comes the soft pitch into the home run. We have a training university here that breaks down all of the terms that I use every single day and your sales reps will use at the point of sale. So at that point, that is lab number 2, and it's called terminology. So the terminology soft credit pull means this. There's 2 different types of credit pulls. One is soft and one is hard. Soft means that you can do from our mobile app, take an application for financing through any of our unsecured, secured, or whatever it might be, and it will give you a real approval or pre-approval without impacting negatively to the credit score. A hard credit pull, the reverse side of this, is the Charlie Munger would say, what would he say? The adverse side? Mm-hmm. Brilliant man, by the way. But anyway, would be a hard credit pull. And it's unbelievable in this day and age that there's still lenders out there that only do hard credit pulls. But anyway, hard credit pulls when somebody gets their credit score reduced 5 to 6 points to apply for anything. But let's talk about financing today, just to see if they're approved. So now imagine being a contractor and you're showing up at the point of sale and you're saying, hey, Mr. Smith, how would you like to pay? Do you want to use our money? Do yours? Okay, cool. You want to use our financing? Great. Here, scan this QR code. Oh, you got declined. Oh, and we've reduced your credit score 7 points. Now the contractor's like, get out of my house. I can't believe you did that to me. I can't believe that I'm not approved. I'm never going to do business. I'm going to go tell my neighborhoods not to do business. Like, it can really negatively impact a contractor's reputation by doing hard credit pulls for pre-approvals. Mm-hmm. And it just blows my mind that really good lenders, they're big lenders, still only do hard credit pull. And they do billions of dollars a year. It blows my mind.
Another thing you mentioned earlier was, training salespeople how to do things with compliance. Does compliance vary some state by state? As I recall, it does. I don't live in this world a lot, but
it does. And we're very clear that when we bring contractors into the fold and we build them their consumer credit center, and I'll explain why that's important. I'll come back to that point. Each lender has compliance. They have a set of rules that the contractor has to follow. What can be disclosed? Can I disclose dealer fees? Do I just build them in? Does cash equal credit? So a lender will tell the contractor when they enroll what the rules and regs are. Here's something, and I was in compliance for 7 years in Wall Street, by the way. I've had a lot of different industries. It's always been in finance. So I was in corporate compliance, investment advisors, broker dealers, insurance companies, and banks on Wall Street. So what we do at Improvifi is we help the contractor build their own consumer credit center.
Okay.
What that does is it completely allows them to hide or put in the background who their lenders are through Improvifi. So chris'sroofing.com has a consumer credit center. Chris's Consumer Credit Center. This is a lender program. This is a lender program. This is a lender program. But when I present, I'm not saying who the lender is. I'm not even speaking to it. I'm not saying this is the lender. I am saying Chris's Consumer Credit Center offers promotional loans and long-term loan to payment options. Whether you want unsecured or secured, we can help you right now. I'll never get in trouble because I'm completely compliant because I am the Consumer Credit Center. Now, the moment that we do a soft credit pull and apply to a lender is when lender compliance kicks in.
Gotcha.
So by us building a consumer credit center for Chris's Roofing, I can go out and run ads and not get in trouble because I'm not misrepresenting or representing lending. I'm representing Consumer Credit Center. And we go deep on this because I want my contractors and our clients, I call our contractors clients. That's a J. Abraham thing, by the way. A customer is a commodity and a client is a relationship for life. J. Abraham. So we want the website to have a financing page on it so we can educate, so our search engine optimization allows consumers to connect with these contractors to help them with affordability. I can say whatever the heck I want on my website now because I'm not representing a lender. So we want leads and to come in and new relationships to come in. And then we call and we pick up the phone and then we email them back. And then we automate the process of saying, hey, I see that you're interested in financing. Happy to send you over a soft credit pull link right now. I'll stay on the phone with you so we can see what your pre-approval is like. We've figured out a way to not just help contractors market themselves and give them third-party validation, but completely forget about compliance and our lenders love us because of this, because we're actually teaching and training them how not to say the wrong thing. And then our lenders never get in trouble because our contractors aren't putting them up on ads and saying all the wrong things and doing all the wrong things. So by adding the compliance thing that I went through many, many years ago, I was like, when is this ever going to become helpful in my life?
Well, tell us a little bit about the training program. You've referenced it, and as I understand it, you hold these classes. Is it monthly or maybe more frequently? Do guys have to pay to attend those? What does that look like?
Yeah, good question. Your timing is perfect. So when a Improvifi client comes on board, they get access to a thing that we've got. It's called the Improvifi Program School, SKOOL. Now, within my school, it's a very structured, organized. So it's homeroom, start here, lab 1, lab 2, lab 3, lab 4, all the way up to lab 8. At the end of that, we have a final exam where we turn them into a certified pro. So they get a certification and a badge. Then our next level is kind of the higher advanced level, Sales Pro 360, the budget builder close, the promotional close, the secured loan close, and then the closer frameworks. And then after that is the Insider Live Wednesday training calls that we do every Wednesday for a half an hour, and then a live Q&A at the end that we record. We put the deck, we put the video into that library so they can go look back they can go look at like 75 since 2024. We've got some in there. Then we take them through obstacle and objection training. Then we take them through the 7-step selling system. Then they can go and view podcasts like this. So my school has start here, advanced, certification, videos, but we didn't stop there with education information. We have actually built a community. So a contractor, part of our Improvifi platform, can come in and ask me questions right here, right now while we're doing this. Hey, Chris, I'm at the point of sale. This person threw a curveball at me and they can't get a home run out of this one. Like, they can come and ask me questions and I'll answer, or somebody on my team will answer them. And then we've got a calendar of events for live events, for training events, that they can come to those. And then we have a leaderboard and members. Like, it's gamified on its highest level. So this university that we're building is really, there's a ton of value in it. There is just hundreds and hundreds of hours of training in it. I take a lot of pride in it. And then I've got an entire YouTube channel that's completely free. So to your point, you said, does it cost money? Of course, to become a member and a client with us, yeah, it costs money because, I believe in capitalism. I should be able to make a living too. I mean, you wouldn't believe the amount of contractors like, I have to pay for this. I'm like, well, wait, you walk around and give away free air conditioners and roofs all day? No. Okay, well, then we're being fair, right? Yeah, I guess you're right, Chris, man. Sorry I asked you such a silly question. Yeah, there's a lot of education. I just really go heavy in the paint because those who learn earn. So the contractors that learn, we can look at their data and go, well, they come to all the training classes and look at them fund. And then the ones that don't come, they don't.
So, Chris, that first level you talked about, I think you spoke about 8 different sessions to go through. A typical contractor, how long start to finish to get through those first 8?
Each one of my classes is under 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, I've timed them. It took me 4 months of taking 31 years of knowledge and to shove it into 8 courses and get it under 10 minutes per course at a 3rd grade level. It was harder of a job reducing it than coming up with the material. I mean, I am a wordy person. You've spent 26 minutes with me. I could talk about one subject for 35 minutes right now. I love this stuff, man. I'm passionate about it and I believe in it and I'm good at this. This is all I do. I live, breathe, and sweat financing. This is just what I do. I don't have hobbies. I like to walk my dog. Like, I don't have hobbies. I don't golf. I don't fish. I finance. I love this. Business is a game to me. So, shrinking all this stuff down, man, that was the hardest thing. Was 25 terms do they absolutely need to know so they can go out there and be successful? What in 10 minutes in the sales presentation can I get across to somebody in 10 minutes so they can go out there day one and start selling financing? It was tough, man. It was a job.
So what does success look like for you with that contractor? At the end of a year, say, how are they different than someone else who hasn't been through your program?
Real simple. Success is when they come back and say, Chris, you're not going to believe what happened. I used your, hey, how are you looking to pay? Would you like to use our money or would you like to use yours? And the customer was like, what? And then we went right into the finance app and they were like, whoa. We thought we were going to have to come out of pocket for $17,000 for this roof. You're saying I could finance this at $120 a month? Like, these shocking stories of what happens at the point of sale, that's what gets me up in the morning and makes me keep coming back. It's the I didn't believe this. I can't believe it was this easy. Why didn't we do this sooner? Why didn't I put a metal roof on my house sooner? Why did I go through 7 asphalt shingle roofs? The metal roof is $30,000. The shingle roof is $10,000. Well, you've just replaced 50. You could have had one for 30. Well, you could have increased the value of your home. It's just the whole, I should have done this sooner stuff is crazy. It happens in all of our industries, right?
One thing that has always hit me as I watch financing over the years, it seems like it's an ever-changing world. And I think this is something that contractors sometimes fear too. I mean, I hear all kinds of stories, contractor gets set up with one finance company and suddenly everything changes. Maybe that company's name changes, their programs change. They have a team shake up. It seems like there's constant turnover at these companies. And I think that lack of consistency is really frustrating for contractors. I'm kind of curious, how does Improvifi bring stability and consistency to financing programs offered by contractors?
The lending ladder. Part of my goal and my job and duty to my clients as a CEO is to be the lookout person for our clients. And we had a couple situations this year where I saw some things changing in the industry, and I made massive changes for everybody that's a client with us. And they thanked me because a couple, lenders out there, unfortunately, aren't in business anymore. So my job is to always know what's going on out there in the industry, but more so what we do is we provide a portfolio of solutions. I don't believe in putting all eggs in one basket. And that is the problem that we see a lot of contractors do. They get in bed with one contractor. That contract has 100% of the portfolio. And then unfortunately, if something is to happen at lender, like COVID, when lending lines froze and funding didn't go out on jobs that were installed, they were just sitting there like, so what we do is we build a portfolio of lending solutions. We never have our contractors put all of their eggs in one basket. That's why we built the lending ladder. So we could have super prime lender, subprime lender, personal loan unsecured, secured loans, multiple solutions, multiple lending solutions. So if the world caught on fire and everybody from the super prime had to be moved to the prime lender bucket, we can go reapply with a soft credit pull and move the portfolio over. Because I watched it happen. And I'm not going to name the bank that I was at when it happened in 2020 or 2019, whenever that whole COVID thing happened. I watched funding lines freeze. It was scary. And I said, man, here we go. Back to that. If I had my own company, I would make sure that we had multiple banking relationships and multiple partners that we've negotiated the best pricing and dealer fees and promotional programs. Like, it took a lot for me to go to these banks and say, hey, I'm building this platform. It's called Improvifi, and I want you to build me special programs. They're like, okay, but here we are, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years later. And, we have over 5,500 users on our app. We have over 875 clients. We have 15 lending partners. We have 27 commercial lending partners. We're funding millions of dollars a week. Like, we did it. And I built this company without VC and capital, and there was no money. I built this off of a home improvement equity line in Florida off of a home, and I went all in. Nobody gave me the playbook here. Nobody gave me money and said, go build us a finance company, Chris. Like, nobody backed this. This is me and grit and guts. That was it. Built it the old fashioned way. We still don't have any investors. We still don't have any debt.
And there's so much to be good to be said for that, not just your business, but your clients, knowing that, hey, I don't have someone that has to answer to a bunch of Wall Street guys or, a bunch of venture capitalists or something. Well, I'm kind of curious. Tell us a little bit about, how someone would, the practical side of things. How would someone get involved working with you? What does that look like?
Yeah, it's very painless. We start everything here with a conversation and relationship. So I would say we do a consultative call. It's very simple. If you're interested, go to Improvifi. I'm sure it'll be somewhere in this thing. And what you'll do is you'll fill out a little form, and it'll go one of my consultants, and you'll schedule up a time that's convenient for you. You need about a half an hour of someone's time to say, hey, tell us about your business. How many reps do you have? Are you offering financing now? What's your average ticket? Are you in retail? Are you in residential? Are you in commercial? Are you in pain? We need to know why we're on the call. So it's a very consultative approach. And at the end of the call, we'll show what we do. We'll show our rates, and we'll show our app, and we'll explain the 5 pillars. And at the end of it, we're going to say, hey, does this make sense for us to partner? Because we can't partner with everybody anyway. I mean, some people, they're not interested, or maybe they do pressure washing. Like, I can't help the pressure washer guy, right? They've got to actually install a home improvement. But at the end of the call, we make a determination if we want to partner up together and work together. So it's a very non-pressurous type of a call. We want to learn. We'll be taking copious notes, because it's important for us to know if you've got 15 reps or 150. It's important for us to know if your average ticket is 10 right now and you're not offering financing. Because I know once you offer financing, you can sell best, better, and good. Your average ticket ain't going to be 10 anymore. It's going to be 15.7 if I have anything to say about it, because you're going to be able to present affordability at the point of sale, and your customers will say yes to the dress for better products. So we got to ask the questions. We need the information. We need to know if you're in pain. Are you using financing now? What do you like? What do you dislike? If you could build your own finance company, what would it look like? We got to know this stuff so we can actually build you your consumer credit center, partner up with you properly.
Well, that sounds amazing, and I can't see why everyone wouldn't be working with you. Well, Chris, this has been a real privilege to have you here today. Anything we haven't covered that you want to be sure to share with our audience?
I would say for those, now whether you're a client of ours or not, whether Improvifi is the right partner for you, doesn't matter. Make some phone calls. Don't go on to social media and say, hey, what lender should I use? Reach out to me. It's, hey, Chris, I found your conversation very interesting. We'd like to vet 3 or 4 contractors before we get into this financing. I will give you a full list of who you should vet. I will tell you exactly what to ask them. I'll give you all of the inside and the backside information that they'll never tell you. Just call us, reach out to us, reach out to me, reach out to somebody on the team and say, hey, we want to call X, Y, and Z, and we're also interested in hearing from you. What questions should I be asking these finance companies, these lending companies, when I get them on the phone? And I'll just give it to you straight. I believe there's this guy, his name is Marcus Sheridan, and his old book was They Ask, You Answer. And if a lender isn't going to tell you if I give you a bunch of questions and the lender isn't going to give you the answers, don't work with them.
Good point.
We're here to help, man. We started this conversation the same way we're going to end it. I care more about that consumer than I do the contractor, because without the consumer, the contractor doesn't exist.
I'm glad you mentioned Marcus Sheridan. He was on the show a few episodes ago. He's become a friend of ours. We're going to have him involved in an event of ours in January of 2026, our dealer onboarding session, where we provide training for contractors new to metal roofing. And I know financing and Improvifi will probably come up in that conversation as well.
Excellent.
Well, I have to ask you, before we close out, are you willing to participate in something we call our rapid fire questions? So, Chris, these are 5 questions. Some are serious, some are a little more silly. All you have to do is give us a top off your head response. Are you up to the challenge?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Scott, you want to ask the first question?
Sure, I'll ask the first question. Number 1 is this. What is a product or service you have acquired in recent years that has been a game changer for you?
My Remarkable. It's a notepad. I don't use paper anymore.
Very cool.
I never had one of those, but I've heard good things about them, seen a lot of customers use them. Question number 2, what is a car or other vehicle that you once owned that you wish you still owned?
My 1957 Chevy Bel Air. First automobile I ever owned.
Nice.
Seriously?
Yep. 1957 Bel Air. We found it in the back of a farm. We redid it over. And I just wasn't at that age where I appreciated it. My dad passed like a year after I sold it. And I wish to this day I never got rid of that damn car.
Oh, my goodness. Do you know where it's at today? Any idea?
No idea. It was mint.
Wow. Yeah, that one hurts.
Oh, yeah. You got me all in my feels right now, man.
All right. Here's a fun one. What is a food that you enjoy now as an adult, but as a child you would never touch?
Brussels sprouts.
Ah, me too.
That's got to be a common response.
I used to think they were like little Freddy Krueger brains. But like now, like if you put enough gook on them, they're delicious.
Oh,
yeah. The gook is important. You're right there.
Yeah,
well, that gook is bacon in my kitchen.
You got it, man. That's the gook I'm talking about, baby. Yeah. Or balsamic vinegar. I think that's like a glaze.
Ooh,
oh man,
that's nice. Yeah, that's good.
Good stuff. Question number 4: what is your bucket list vacation?
Oh my Lord. You got me there. I'm not a massive vacationer. My wife is. Hey, honey, what's your bucket list vacation spot? Alaska Cruise Line.
Do it. Those are something. A lot of fun. I've had a couple of friends go on one recently. My wife and I went on one a number of years ago. That was a great trip.
Last question, getting kind of serious. What do you want to be remembered for at the end of your days?
Man, that is a good one. I want people to show up and go, man, he really gave it his all. And I think that I'm living to that right now. I think that the people that I grew up with in the little small farm town that I came from in Western New York, they see me on the socials. I think that my mom, I think that my daughter, I think that my clients and my contractors, I think that they say, hey, this guy really, really goes all in on all he does. very passionate. So I think I just want to keep doing what I'm doing, man. Just do more.
That's awesome.
You sound like the guy who gets it done, Chris. Well done.
I'm real tired of 5 p.m. because at 5 a.m. I'm wide awake.
I hear you. Well, Chris, thank you again for joining us today. This has been great. For someone who may want to connect with you and Improvifi, what are the best ways for them to do that?
Yeah, let's keep it simple. Just go to improvifi.com. That is the best starting point. Whether you're a contractor and you want to hop online and just learn about what we're doing, whether you're a contractor that wants to not become a client but learn more, I've got YouTube channels we'll send over to you. Whether you're a contractor that wants to go and vet a bunch of lenders, reach out to Improvifi. One of my team members will get you up to me. I think that improvifi.com is the best place to get in touch with me. There's so many different channels out there. Just go to my website and hook up with us there.
Fantastic. And we will put that in the show notes. And I love your company name. I think it's absolutely stellar. So good job. So
I appreciate it, man.
Congratulations, gentlemen. We all got in our challenge words. Scott, your challenge word was?
It was giraffe, and willing to stick my neck out on that one. So
you nailed it a couple times.
You did. Chris, your word was?
Home run, and I nailed it right off the get-go. I nailed it right out of the park there with home run. So.
And it was inspirational to me, so I quickly came back with, actually, I cheated. I came back with exponentially. I think my word was actually exponential. Hopefully,
LEY doesn't matter. It's fine.
Well, thank you again, Chris. It's been great.
Appreciate you guys for having me on. Thank you.
Thank you to our audience for tuning into this episode of Construction Disruption with Chris Scoville of Improvifi. Check him out. He's doing things that will change your business. Please watch for future episodes of our podcast. We always have great guests, just like Chris here today. But until the next time we're together, keep on disrupting and challenging the world and those around you to better ways of doing things, just like Chris has done. And don't forget to have a positive impact on everyone you encounter. Make them smile, encourage them. God bless and take care. This is Isaiah Industries signing off. And until the next episode of Construction Disruption.
This podcast is produced by Isaiah Industries, manufacturer of specialty metal roofing and other building products.